So Renfield recently took a break from eating dead rats in the basement to make words with his mouth hole.
If you're not an American citizen, you're here illegally, there's no due process, and I'm telling you, this is coming to a head. We are going to suspend the writ of habeas corpus if the courts keep ruling against this and don't allow these mass deportations to continue, just like President Lincoln. This was an invasion. The country's at war. He's commander-in-chief. It's Article 2 power. The Supreme Court's going to have to make a decision about President Trump's Article 2 powers. If the courts keep trying to slow him down, you're going to see him, as Stephen Miller laid out pretty well yesterday, suspension of the writ of habeas corpus.
So unsurprisingly, not only does this leaky bag of genital warts not understand what the Constitution says, not that he really cares, but he's just like, yeah, who cares? We're going to do it anyway, even if it's against the law. These pesky courts telling us it's illegal, they're just getting in our way. What does that sound like? Oh, he also said this.
Will Trump run for a third term?
Yes. And he'll win the third term.
The 22nd Amendment's pretty clear on this, right?
It's pretty clear what his Article 2 power is. But when I hear that argument, I say, hey, the Constitution's clear on a lot of things until it's defined. President Trump will run again. He will run again, and he will win again, and he'll be the president on the afternoon of January 2029.
Let's make something laughably clear. Dumpy is most likely not even going to get through this term. There are clear differences between him last term and this time. He's constantly falling asleep at meetings, he's slurring his words, he doesn't know where he is, and multiple doctors around the country have pointed out that he clearly has signs of something bad. Much like I pointed out in a video yesterday that shockingly got no views. They're just trying to weekend at Bernie's his ass. Prop him up as a figurehead for the diehard people to be like, yay, he's our Jesus! Because like most cults of personality, it's very hard to maintain once the dear leader is gone. Because the people in that cult only cared about him. Not about what he did, not about his policies or anything, because he doesn't even know what he's doing. They only care about him personally. Once the head of the snake is gone, they're not going to have a reason to exist. They're just going to slowly disperse and wander aimlessly through the forest, muttering something to themselves about drag queens. Sure, J.D. Vance will try to take up the mantle, but nobody likes him. There's quickly going to be a lot of infighting, and it's going to fall apart. We just need that to happen sooner rather than later because they're currently trying to burn down absolutely everything. And you don't even have to take my word for it. This is coming from cult experts like Knitting Cult Lady. These people are a fucking plague that needs a massive amount of penicillin.